Do we? Oh, apologies. This meeting is being recorded and will on our
And Miss
council's website,
Nuttery is
CCD
coming
75
into
outreach.
the meeting now. I just let her in.
Okay. Do we have the resolution for Miss Barrera? Oh, yes, we do. Resolution number 9, if we can pull that up. I'll begin reading. Resolution number 9 to fill a vacancy with Vanessa Barrero. Whereas a vacancy exists on the Citywide Council for District 75 due to a member resigning, Education Law 2590 states that there shall be 11 voting members on each council. Whereas the Citywide Council for District 75 has conducted an application and interview process and has consulted with parents and students receiving services pursuant to the State Education Law 2590. Therefore, be it resolved that the Citywide Council for District 75 hereby confirm the vote of Vanessa Barrero via a resolution as a member of the Citywide Council for District 75 for the term of 2023 through 2025. Do we have a motion for the vote on that resolution number 9? A motion to approve?
I make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Is there any debate?
No, I have a question. We didn't do number 8 yet.
We did Karen Nunnery, yes.
We approved
Oh, wait,
it.
we didn't vote. We didn't vote.
That's
Excuse
what
me.
I'm
I
saying,
did move
yeah.
past that. Thank you
Okay.
for that. Haylin, can we go ahead and make a motion so that, excuse me, we're going to start voting. Can we get a motion to go ahead and fill the vacancy with Karen Nunnery for resolution number 8? Thank you, Co-President Daniels.
I'm sorry, who motioned number 8? I have motion for number 9. I don't think we have a motion for
If
that.
we're on number 9, let's stay in the motion that we're in, and we'll come back to number 8 since we didn't open the floor. So for
Okay.
number 9, we are doing the vacancy to fill with Vanessa Barrero. If we can start a vote for that one. Thank you.
Okay, so to fill in the vacancy with Vanessa Barrero, Christy Angel,
Yes.
Risa Arias,
Yes.
Jamaica Collins, Andrea Daniels,
Yes.
Christy Montavon, Shanique Johnson,
Yes.
Don Herman,
Yes.
and Paula Deacock.
Yes.
All right, 6 votes for yes, motion passed.
All righty, and now having read resolution number 8, can we start a roll call for vote for that as well? To fill the vacancy for Karen Nunnery. Did we, apologies. Did we have a motion to receive the resolution for number 8 to fill in the vacancy with Karen? Thank you. Do we have a second?
I
I
second.
second. Oh, okay.
Okay. Now we may properly begin the roll call for vote for resolution number 8 to fill the vacancy with Karen Nunnery.
I'm sorry, did Christy Montavon enter the space yet?
Let's, I don't.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Christy, okay. All right, I'm not sure if you voted in for the motions for Karen Nunnery.
Yes, we did have, do you need, can we repeat who moved for the first motion and who seconded? I believe Ms. Butler second and Mr.
Risa Arias second and Butler, Johnson Butler first, yeah. All right,
Okay.
so do you vote yes, Christy?
Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, sorry, me.
Christy?
Yes.
Montavon?
I'm sorry, I
Okay.
wasn't sure which one you were talking to. Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Thank you, Ms. Montavon. Okay, so that's 7 votes for yes for Karen Nunnery.
Okay, thank you so much. And Paola, you'll be able to assist with the oath of office, and then we can go ahead and move forward now that we do have quorum in person. With that being said, we need to go into executive session briefly. If we can have a motion to go into executive session. Excuse me, the
Why
executive
are we
session.
going to executive
Thank
session?
you.
I
I
mean,
need to
just,
let you know. We're
yeah.
going into executive session simply to discuss a council member being able to participate remotely online under extreme circumstances. Our bylaws do reflect this nature, but we do need to go ahead and just go into discussion so council has transparency about what is going on with one of our council members. So do we have a motion to go into executive session briefly?
I make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Alrighty. Haylene, can you pull us all the council members who are here, can you pull us into a breakout room so that we can briefly discuss?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Christy, I never have done like breakout session. Is
Okay.
any other co-host able to do it?
And my co-host on here, I
Yes.
can't, let me multitask. I don't see myself as, if you can make me co-host, I can do it.
Quit.
Shh.
Madam Co-President. Okay, I think we have to vote on Vanessa Barrera first before doing the executive session. From FACE.
I thought we went, we voted on, she was resolution number 9, no?
Yeah, she was number 9. Yeah, we did
Yes.
9 and then we did
Oh, that was
9
number
and then
9.
we went back
Okay,
to 8.
great. So Paula's gonna, I don't know her last name, sorry. Yeah. EEKO. Mr. Koch is going to swear in Ms. Barrero so then she can participate in executive session. Did you catch that?
Okay, thank you. One moment, guys. Much.
Thanks, John.
Okay, so Vanessa Barrero is sworn in. Congratulations.
Is it, I think there's a difficulty. It may not have been put on the back end for us to go into breakout rooms, and that, let me just double check here.
Yes, it
Yeah,
did.
it's not giving us that option. So would the members that are on 3 be able to come to 1 really briefly, just so we can speak really quickly? I don't know a quicker way for us to expedite this so that we don't hold up anyone's time for the meeting. Yes? Okay, thank
You
you.
want me to do come
coming.
upstairs?
No. The 3 members upstairs are gonna come down briefly so we can just say what's
Okay,
going
that's
on.
fine. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thanks.
Christy, Angel, you don't need Paola for anything else, right?
No, no, we are, no, we're
Rhea,
great. Paula.
Rhea said she knows how to make the breakout room.
Oh,
Who?
well, they're coming down.
All right,
No,
that's
we-
fine.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Alrighty, our members are rolling back into place. We have finished the executive session. Once everyone is back online, we can move forward with the additional vote. Thank you for your patience. Haylene, let us know when we're back in place.
Yes, everyone's back upstairs.
Alrighty, so can we go ahead and have a motion that Councilmember Montalban may attend remotely and participate online, please? Do we have a motion for that?
I motion for Christy Montalban to be able to attend at least virtually for now due to her extreme circumstances.
So we're amending the motion to say, I agree with that. So we'll amend the motion to say that we are, as a council, are approving Christy Montalban to attend under extreme circumstances due to what we've discussed in executive session. So how can we write that? Christy Montalban can attend. We move to allow Christy Montalban to attend remotely until medically cleared to come back.
Yes, and it would still count as quorum also, right?
That part, yes, it should, but that part we would need to discuss as a council. It should,
All
yes,
right.
but
Yes, it does. It does. It does.
All right, I just want to make sure for her sake. Thank you.
thank you.
So, Purple.
Are we ready to do the roll call?
Yes. So the motion is the council's approving to allow Christine Montalban to attend remotely under extraordinary circumstances until she is medically cleared.
Yes,
Christy Angel,
yes,
Risa Arias,
No.
Yes.
Jamaica Collins, Andrea Daniels,
Yes,
Christy, Christy wouldn't count on this vote, right? I'm sorry.
yes, Chrissy can count on the votes.
Yeah, okay. Christy Montalban,
Yes.
Denise
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
John Herman,
Yes.
Vanessa Borrero.
Yes.
Okay. 7 votes for yes, the motion has passed.
Alrighty, so as we move along, try to quickly make up a little bit of time. We have 2 more motions that we would like to, actually 3 motions that we would like to go through. The first motion, we do have Shanique Johnson and Councilmember Brisa, who will be chairing our legislative breakfast. And as we have been working without quorum, we have been attempting to kind of fill in some blanks. So what we would like to do today to jumpstart the legislative committee and support our council in this space is to vote for 2 possible dates so that this committee can get going with the legislative breakfast and our invitations. The 2 dates that we're looking to vote on, one as a holding date, is March 13th and March 14th. That's a Tuesday and a Wednesday. And so what we do with our legislative meetings, we have our assembly members, our senators, our city councilors, and we let them know what the pain points of District 75 are and how we would like to work collaboratively with them in order to push our different priorities forward for our students. Last year, we had our first legislative breakfast and went really, really well. So we'd like to continue the push there. So if we could look at our calendars and possibly have a motion to go ahead and save the date so we can work around the March 13th as a primary date and March 14th as a possible hold date if we can't get a location, etc. Do we have a motion to move forward with those two dates as holding? Or does, we can also will have debate after the motion, so no
Either
worries.
date is fine with me.
Okay, so that's a yes, motion for yes?
What?
Yes.
Do we have a second? Thank you. Do we have a second?
Yes.
Is there any debate about having it on the March 13th or March
Yeah.
14th? Or does anyone have a different date that they would like to submit or anything that we can discuss? If you'd like to change the motion, that is possible. If there is no discussion, we can move forward into a vote to save the date.
Okay, the motion is to have the legislative breakfast either on March 13th or March 14th. Christy
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Risa Arias,
Yes.
Jamaica Collins, Andrea Daniels,
Yes.
Christy Montavon,
Yes.
Shanique Johnson,
Yes.
John Herman,
Yes.
and Vanessa Bovero.
Yes.
Okay, 7 votes for yes, motion passed.
So President Angel, you're on mute.
Thank you so much. For the next option, which is the motion for the Parent Empowerment Conference, looking to possibly do this for a date of Saturday, April 20th. Wanted to bring that forth to the council now, just in case we got into a space of lack of quorum where we can go ahead and move forward with these things ahead. And for the Parent Empowerment Conference, we will still have meetings where council members can give ideas of what you would like presented, what our panels will look like. We'll have the outreach meeting where we can kind of flesh those things out. But I would like to keep it in the April month, which is where it has been historically, on April 20th, which is a Saturday. And we can work out the finer details during additional meetings and outreach. Do we have a motion to move forward with the April 20th date?
I don't know how to raise my hand. I don't know. I'm on the device. I can't raise my hand. I just
Go ahead,
wanted
Ms.
to say, I think that might be Passover. I think that's the first Saturday of spring break. So you might want to pick a different Saturday. I don't know
Okay.
what day Passover falls on, but I know that spring break starts that Friday is the last day of school.
Passover is the Monday night, the 22nd, but that does look like it's right before spring break.
So then do we think maybe April 13th, bump it up? That would, wait a minute. If we're doing on a Saturday, April 5th, am I in the right year? April 15th? That's Saturday, April 15th? I think I might have.
Bronx Aerospace High School.
I think you're in the wrong year because that should be the 13th should be a Saturday.
I'm in
No.
2023. Y'all help me. Thank you so much. Okay, so the 13th. Hold up, Christy, where are we at? April 13th is a Saturday.
No.
Yeah, April 13th. Is everyone okay with that date?
Is quorum necessary for the event itself?
No. It's just for us to
Okay.
solidify the date for business.
No.
Okay.
It would be
I may not be able to attend, but it's fine.
Okay. Does anyone else have any debate or any questions? If
No.
not- okay. If not, can we put a motion on the floor for the Parent Empowerment Conference to be
Stop being
April
stupid.
13th this year, 2024?
And touch her.
I motion for the Parent Empowerment Conference date to tentatively be on April 13th, which is a Saturday. Can I get a second?
I second.
I second.
Okay, we can move into vote for this. Thank you.
I'm sorry, who seconded? Okay, so.
Lisa?
All right. Thank you. Okay, so the motion is to have the Parent Empowerment Conference tentatively on 4/13/24, April 13th, 2024. Is that right?
But
Is that right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Christy,
Yes.
Brisa Arias,
Yes.
Jamaica Collins, Andrea Daniels,
Yes.
Christy Montavon,
Yes.
Tanique Johnson,
Yes.
John Herman,
Yes.
and Vanessa Borrero.
Yes.
7 votes for yes, motion passed.
All righty. I'll moving on to the agenda.
no,
Just to keep it brief, we do have a busing committee meeting that we have established will be happening on February 6th. And that we have a flyer coming out, so that'll be an OPT meeting. The council members are definitely encouraged to attend. This will not be something where you have to have quorum because it is pushed through our busing committee, but we are asking council members to be present as this is a very huge and major issue within District 75 that everyone is diligently working on. We have had over 700 parents fill out the busing survey. That's really great. It's more than 500 last year. And so we would like to go ahead and continue that distribution of the survey and to let the council members know February 6th and the public, 6 p.m. The information will be coming out with the flyer is when the
Yes.
OPT meeting will be happening. As far as the joint public hearings, we have had a lot of those come through. In order to save time, we can use that in email. Basically, council members, we do have where we do need to show up. So council members can look and see the joint public hearings. If it is something where you can appear, we would love for you to jump in and say yes. Thank you, Mr. Gramble. The motion to approve leadership breakfast is passed also. Now we will move on to our unfinished business. Now that we have a moment, our council normally participates in the Include Fair NYC. And so this year it will be February 10th on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It is the largest annual fair for people with disabilities where families can meet with summer camps, year-round, after-school, weekend, arts, sports, and recreational programs. This is something that we would like to continue doing with the council. However, there is an early bird registration fee, which is $150. So we will need a motion to approve participation and to pay the early bird fee of $150.
idiot.
Do we have a motion?
Is that for all of us to attend or just the president?
This would actually be for Include NYC. It's something that the outreach committee does, but any member can participate with any committee, and definitely we would love to have you there. We have a lot of parents that come through. They have a lot of questions. We have a lot of resources that we can provide. And it's a good experience if you haven't really, did hand-to-hand exchanging at the table and talking to the parents. It kind of fine-tunes us in and lets them know who we are. It is on camera. It is virtual, but it does work in a feasible way to produce companionship with our council and parents, to go basically handhold. And it's a good opportunity to expand our listserv and people knowing who we are and what we do, as well as making other connections with other community-based organizations to keep the reach with CCD 75 wide within our communities. Do we have any further questions? Hearing none, we can go ahead and move to, we actually can't move to a roll call vote. Did we get a motion to approve this yet, Helene? I'm moving a bit fast for myself. Apologies.
Yeah, no motion yet.
Can we have a motion to approve the council's participation in the include fare
Jen,
and paying the early
No.
bird fee of $150?
I make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Okay, seeing that the motion has been properly seconded, can we move on to a roll call vote?
Sure, so just to make sure, this is to participate in the early bird fee or include NYC and pay the $150.
Yes,
Okay, Christy Angel,
yes,
Teresa Arias,
Yes.
Shanika Collins, Andrea Daniels,
Yes.
Christy Montavon,
Yes.
Shanique Johnson,
Yes.
John Herman,
Yes.
Vanessa Borrero.
Yes.
Okay, 7 votes for yes, motion passed.
righty. Thank you, everyone. We'll move forward down to the second step of our unfinished business. We're going to run this past the council again and new members. CCSE has a district subcommittee. Basically, this is something that they formulated in support for the new District 75 reps. As you do know, we also have a space of support with our District 75 reps as well. What we're bringing forth to the council is that we attach ourselves to this subcommittee, meaning our name is used, CCD 75, in addition to CCSE, blah, 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 blah. Just making sure that everyone is okay with us doing that. We definitely do want to work in collaboration with CCSE, the ELLs, CCHS, just so that we can make sure we are collaborative in the spaces that we need to. With that being said, we do need to have a unified vote, or at least a vote of 6. Does anyone have any questions in regard to that?
what?
I don't. I already responded to their email, so I'm on board.
Okay. Do any other members have any questions or concerns? I will say this, Ms. Butler will be our point person that will be working with that committee, all because she is over our part of the committees when it comes to the elections and with the D75 reps. Any member can go to the subcommittee meetings. We do want you there. We encourage you to be there. We want to support the new District 75 seats. And if this sounds like something that everybody's good with, let's get this on record. And if we can have a motion, we can move forward to a vote. Do we have a motion to approve our council working with CCSE District Subcommittee?
On a panel for education policy website.
I make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Haylene, can we move to a roll call vote since we've been properly seconded?
Sure, motion is to work with CCSE within the district subcommittee, is that right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, Christy Angel,
yes.
Teresa Arias,
Yes.
Tamika Collins, Andrea Daniels,
Yes.
Christy Montavon,
Yes.
Shanique Johnson,
Yes.
John Herman,
Yes.
Vanessa Borrero.
Yes.
7 votes for yes, motion.
Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to move ahead really quickly. Haylene, would you be able to assist me in pulling up the website one-sheeter?
Sure.
If not, do I have it readily available? Let me see.
What the hell?
All right, thank you, Haylene.
I have a question.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Co-President Christie Angel.
Yes.
So we're not gonna review the outstanding minutes today? We're gonna table that?
No, we can go ahead and review that.
So
Thank you so much.
first or do
Yeah,
that
we can go.
first?
So we basically the minutes were distributed from the November 15th meeting, the annual and the calendar meeting. Were all members able to review those minutes? If so, we can approve the minutes as distributed, notwithstanding
Correct.
corrections. If you do see something that is incorrect, we can move forward and make those corrections. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes as distributed?
I'll make the motion.
Would anyone like to review those minutes, or do you want to, I mean, I don't want to take someone's space away, but we can review them as distributed if the council would like to move forward. Okay, did I hear someone make a motion?
Yes, it was me, Christy.
Okay, do we have a second?
I second that motion.
Okay, Haylene, can we do a vote really quickly, please? Thank you so much.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, the motion is to approve the meeting minutes as
No.
distributed.
Yes,
So what?
Christy
Um,
Angel,
yes,
No.
Brisa Arias,
Yes.
Jamaica Collins, Andrea Daniels,
Yes.
Christy Montavon,
Yes.
Shanique Johnson,
Yes.
Vanessa Borrero, I'm sorry, John Herman,
Yes.
and Vanessa Borrero.
Yes.
7 votes for yes, motion passed.
thank you so much. So, Haylene, if you could pull the website subscription back up, I'll speak on it.
What?
Our council, right now with our website, we just got our P card, so we're able to now pay. We did have a member who was paying for the website just to keep it live. So now we are live functioning and we have our P card. So what I wanted to run through with members, we will revisit this as a council in July when our budget resets. But seeing that we have already moved through the year, half of the year, we cannot do a yearly subscription. When we can, it will be 50% off, so it will be more beneficial to move that way. With that being said, currently, our monthly cost for Wix is $37.01. That expires February 12th on 2024. The new cost month to month would be $36, which will total $180 that will come off of the P card. Now, as you see on the left there, can we scroll up a little bit, Haley? Thank you. It says custom domain, free domain for a year, removal of Wix ads, storage space, video hours. This shows us what we currently have. We now will have access to another level of marketing. Our storage will increase by 50 gigabytes. The video hours will increase by 5 hours. And we, like I said, have the additional marketing features. As this is just a slight change, we still need to bring it forth to the council because we're changing the subscription type from pro to core. So we would need to vote, even though there's just $1.01 change in the pricing for Wix.
Yes.
If we could scroll down a bit. Also, in addition, we do have our mailing list, which is growing very big. So thank you everyone who's been putting in some work to that. We have about almost 2,600 people on the mailing list. With that being said, that basically limits us in what we can, in the number that we get to use, like with MailChimp. I did compare this with Wix, but we do get more benefit from MailChimp, and that is what the council has historically used. So what we would like to begin again, now that we have the P card, is paying, $45 for MailChimp Essentials. This will allow us to use our listserv, 2,500 emails. We can also send 25,000 emails in the month. And this will help us increase attendance at our meetings, help us get information out with community-based partners, with media in one blow, like we've been able to do before. So we definitely want to be more engaging with parents, and this would allow us to do that. We would do this from January through June of this fiscal year, which ends June 30th, and that would only be $270. and that too would come from the P card. So the monthly cost against the P card would be $88 for our website and for our listserv with MailChimp. The motion request is to adjust the Wix premium subscription to $36 for a core monthly and add MailChimp monthly at $45 through June 2024 to be paid by the P card. Do we have any questions?
No, I'm good. Any other members have questions?
You what?
If we have no questions, do we have a motion on the floor?
I make the
If we can pull
motion.
that back up. So the motion will be, Haleen, to adjust the Wix premium subscription. It's written on the page, so we can pull it there just to make sure it's noted correctly. To $36 monthly, add MailChimp monthly at $45 through June 2024 to be paid by the P card. Do we have a second for that motion?
I second that motion.
Okay, being properly seconded, can we move into a roll call vote?
I'm sorry, who was the first one? Okay, thank
Was
you.
that Co-President Daniels, I believe?
No, it was Shanique Johnson, I think, first. I was second.
Yes, okay, thank you so much. So the motion is to adjust the Wix premium subscription to $36 per monthly and add MailChimp monthly at $45 through June 2024 to be paid by the P card.
Yes,
Christy Angel,
yes.
Brisa Arias,
Yes.
Jamaica Collins, Andrea Daniels,
Yes.
Shanique Johnson,
Yes.
John Herman.
Yes.
And Vanessa Borrero.
Yes.
Okay, 7 votes for yes, motion passed.
Thank you. For the last two items, I'm going to pull them together, the annual report writer and the adjustment to the budget. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to move through the adjustment with numbers, so we won't move through that part today. I would like to table it for our next meeting in February, but we can get to that part. We have put out a flyer, or we're putting out a flyer for our annual report writer. We did our first annual report a year before last. So this year we will have to do 2 reports. The consideration is we spent about $3,000 for a writer before, and this year we're trying to have 2 years written. And so we have $1,200 allotted right now, and we're doing a little bit of wiggle room, and we'll keep the council abreast because we will need to vote on that, but we'll give you information ahead of time. However, the pertinent aspect is that once this flyer comes out, if council members can make sure to share with the public, if our schools, community-based organizations, the district can help us push this out so that we can get submissions and bids. We do have a writer who is willing. We just need a couple of more so that we can properly vote and bid correctly versus just having one person just be voted in. That would be the update on that, since we don't have the budget adjustment currently. Right now it's at $1,200, and we can revisit that a little bit more, but I wanted the council to know that we actively need to make this happen by our February 7th meeting. Otherwise, we'll need to have a special meeting because purchase orders are going to be finalized somewhere shortly after that time period. So we do not want to miss the time to be able to get the purchase order to pay for the writer.
What?
We are now down to other new business. Do we have any items that we want to put on our next business meeting? If we have nothing ahead of time, council members, you can always feel free to move forward and email the council the items that you would like to have on the agenda. Do we have any items to be added?
Or even just.
I just want to ask a question.
I
So
have
we're gonna table. I'm sorry, John. I apologize. We're gonna table the vote for council secretary and treasurer vacancy, right?
No, actually, we're not.
It's just a question. We're gonna
Thank
do
you
it
for
today.
giving us no with
Okay.
moving everything around at the beginning. And let me make a notice about that. Guys, what we did today in moving things around on the agenda versus what was on your paper, that is technically out of order with Robert's rules. So we will not be doing that as a council moving forward. Normally, if we do change the order of our agenda, it is very fair. We do ask the council members if they approve of moving different sections around in the agenda. We make a vote and then we accordingly move forward. However, not having quorum, we needed to do a little bit of change to be able to have our members from FACE get in, swear our people, and then be able to leave the meeting. So thank you guys for bearing with us with that. With that being said, I do know, thank you, Co-President Daniels. One of the last items that we almost missed was voting for our council secretary and treasurer. We do have vacancies in those spots. I know that Ms. Shanique Butler did offer to put herself forward as the secretary. Are you still putting yourself forward, Ms. Butler?
Well, now that we have other members, maybe we can see if
Now
they
that,
want
yes,
to do
other members
something.
can
Don't be over there
also.
smiling, John.
Does any member want to put themselves forward for being secretary of the council? We do have an onboarding book that will show you what you need to do. You will work with the AA and you will be handheld. Even if you're new and you feel afraid of it, don't be. Christy Montalvan is our outgoing secretary. She's now vice president and she is a great resource and will be helpful as well. With that being said, do we have any members that would like to nominate themselves to be secretary for the council?
I will nominate myself. Don't be pointing at me. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Butler. Do we have any, if there's no one else, any hands? I don't see any hands. Is anybody hands up in the chat, Andrea? If
Nope.
not,
No hand.
can we have a motion to have Shanique Butler as the CCD 75 secretary for this year?
What?
I make a motion to vote in Shanique Johnson as our secretary for this year.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right,
Well,
being properly moved and second, can we move to a roll call vote?
Sure. The motion is to nominate Shanique Butler as our CCD 75 secretary. Christy Angel,
Yes.
Risa
Oh.
Arias, Risa, I'll come back. Andrea Daniels,
Yes, Priest stepped away for a minute.
no problem. Jamaica Collins, absent. Christy Montalvan,
Yes.
Shanique Johnson,
Yes.
John Herman,
Yes.
Vanessa Borrero.
Yes.
Okay, Brisa, I know she stepped away. Are we counting her in or, well, I know I can't, but, okay,
So she'll be right back.
okay. All right, so thus far we have 6 votes. So it has passed.
Six allows it to pass.
Okay,
But if she wants to come back and revote, we can also do that as well.
okay.
I think
Alright,
I hear her
cool.
coming, but that will, once we have that situated, we can go ahead and move on to our calendar meeting. One moment. I don't want to exclude anyone. With that being said, we don't have any future items for the next business meeting, right?
Was it just the secretary or was it treasurer too?
We're getting, it is treasurer too, but since nobody else said anything for secretary, I'm wondering if we might be at a loss. But since we're still,
Senator.
What we're reading.
I'm not sure.
That's why we can look at Cat and change
Andrea, did Brisa come back on the back end in there?
I'm waiting for her.
on the sounds. That way we're
Okay, so let's move forward. If we have, do we, while she comes back, we can definitely move forward since we do have 6 and it only takes 6 to pass. Without alienating her, we can add in her vote as well. Moving forward for the council treasurer, there is a vacancy. Unfortunately, council member Collins resigned from the position back in December. The treasurer is pretty easy. The main point is that you would be handling the reimbursements for both co-presidents. You would not have to manage the reimbursements for council members. You can help the president basically work with the budget. You work with the AA as well. But most importantly, it's just making sure that we are signing reimbursements for, to co-presidents, and that anywhere that you want to help out managing, that we're keeping track of our receipts, keeping track of records with the budget. You may also do that. There is a treasurer onboarding book guide, for anyone who does step into the position. Do we have any council member that would like to run for the position for treasurer for CCD 75?
Excuse me, Bree says back.
Okay. Brisa, just where we're discussing the treasurer vacancy, but we did do a vote for Shanique Butler Johnson to be our council secretary. We did not get your vote, but we do have 6 votes of yes. We want to be able to add your vote. How do you vote for that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, as we go into the last bit of this business meeting, for the treasurer, do we have any council member that would like to participate as the treasurer for the council? I'm the former outgoing treasurer. I do not mind walking you through. The booklet I made is pretty easy, and it's not a hard task. It's not a lot of work. I'll tell you that straight up.
Yeah, cookie.
If not, we can always come back if somebody wants to, have a conversation with me, look through it, and then maybe put themselves back up in February. How does anyone feel, or is there someone who's willing to come to the charge?
What?
All right. If not, I won't belabor the point. We will still go ahead and move forward. With that being said, I believe we've checked off everything on our list. If we can have a motion to adjourn.
I have one question before we
Yes.
adjourn. I know that I'm out of town on the date of our February meeting that whole week, and I didn't know if that would prevent quorum, and whether we needed to consider having I don't know what business we need to get done in February, whether we need to have a second date on the calendar.
Do any other members have any foresight then into where they might be absent on February 7th?
I'll be here.
We want to make sure that 6 people can attend. I know life will definitely happen. I plan on being in attendance. Do any other members have any? If all of us are attending, that should put us at 7 people at this point. Is that correct, Helene?
I'm sorry, what was that?
8. It should put us at 8 people if everyone attends on the 7th. I think that gives us a bit
Yeah,
of wiggle
physically in person.
to make quorum. I honestly do, because we haven't had
John
8.
will be able to attend that day though. So
Oh.
it's still 8. That's 7 then, right?
We just added 2 more today.
Yeah,
So
you
it
added 2 more today. Yep, so that's, yeah, I think it will leave you guys with 7.
Yeah, I think that should, as long as we have that one extra person now, if one person, as long as it's not 2 people leaving, we should technically be okay. How do other council members feel about that? I mean, if it comes up to a point where someone tells us in the email that maybe you can't make it, at that point, we're going to need to probably have a special meeting to change the date or figure out something of that nature. How do council members feel about that?
And then I'm also seeing some questions about, like, can you bring this presentation to our
I'm
parents?
fine with that date.
This is not a presentation.
February 7th, John was stating that he wouldn't be able to attend the meeting, and he wanted to make sure that we would have quorum. And we were just going through the members that are present, asking, does everyone feel like they will be able to make our February 7th meeting? Currently at this point, is that a yes from everyone? Can we get a virtual hand or physical?
I'll be able to make it on the 7th. So far, so good.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be there.
Okay, so if we have any issues, we can go ahead and do that on the back end with the emails, and if we have to do a special meeting and figure it out, we will. Thank you, John, for bringing that up to the table. Are you requesting to be excused for that day as well?
Send the science
Which is
of
fine, it's not a,
Please.
okay.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
we'll put
And
that
thank
in
you.
the notes so we can go through that as a council. With that being said, can we, if there are no further questions or concerns for the business meeting, can we have a motion to adjourn?
because their parents and want to learn that. But then what you're
I
gonna
motion to
do
adjourn the business meeting. May I
us
have a second?
know exactly
I
I'll
second.
second it.
All right, properly motioned in second. The business meeting is adjourned at 7:22 p.m. We will now begin our calendar meeting.
Yes.
This
I
is the
did it.
CCD 75 calendar meeting for January.
I
This
did
meeting
it, guys.
is being recorded, and we do have interpretation on the line. At the end of the meeting, we will open up the floor
Jana.
for questions
Jana.
from our public
Jana.
and from the
Jana.
council. Rules of decorum, I'll just run through it quickly just so we can keep
Let's
time.
go.
Everyone will have 2 minutes for our Q&A
No.
to ask their questions. As people are speaking, let's please be professional and respectful and not overtalk anyone, and allow the person that has the floor to speak. If you would like the floor, please just raise your hand. You will be noticed, and we will give you the floor so that you can speak. Moving into it, we're going to call the meeting to order at 7:23 p.m. Or did I just say 7:21? 7:21. Did I say 7:21 or 7:23? Oh, forgive me, I'm fried, guys. With that being said, the meeting is called to order. Can we get a roll call, Haleen, please?
Certainly. Christy Angel,
Yes.
No, we
Lisa Arias,
need.
okay, Jamaica Collins, Andrea Daniels,
Yes.
Nope.
Christy Montalban,
Present.
No.
Shanique Johnson,
Present.
that every week we'll do a meeting
John Herman,
where they're just sharing with everybody that wants
Present.
Hey,
and Vanessa Borrero.
this is how it-
Present.
this is how it
Brisa had to leave, okay? She just left right now, just to let you know.
Okay,
you so much,
thank you.
Barbara.
All right, so we have 6 members here.
All right, 6 members present. That means that we have quorum. John, are you willing to continue as our timekeeper?
Sure.
Thank you. We have already approved the minutes. So with that being said, we can move forward. Is anyone opposed to moving our district superintendent's report up just because they've been waiting for a while? If we have a consensus, we can just go ahead and move him up above the president's report, if that's okay.
We can, well, yeah, I would like to accommodate them if the council agrees.
Is everybody okay with that?
It's fine.
Okay. Is the district ready? Do we have is Deputy Hoggard here or Superintendent Kettler? I know he hasn't been feeling well.
I think Harger was here, I think.
Say it again. Oh, I see Shelley there. Go ahead.
Shelley and I think Harger was there.
It shows Shelley is still here now. Shelley, are you available to unmute?
Shelley is on. This is Kathleen, but Shelley is on. I'm sure. Let me.
Oh, I see her here. I'm just not able. I don't see her unmuted.
All right. Let me. Oh, she just wrote something in the chat.
Okay.
She can't unmute or turn on her camera. Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, so she just sent a message. She is here. She can hear, but she can't unmute or turn on the camera. Oh, she is coming downstairs now. I'm upstairs. She's coming down now. Okay.
Okay, well, while we wait on her to come down, we can run through. Andrea, did you want to go ahead and give any level of update while we wait on Shelley to save in that time?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do my part of the president's report. So,
Thank you.
good evening, everyone. So, a couple of things. So we had a DLT meeting, I believe it was last week. We just finalized the bylaws. So now the DLT meetings are going to be hybrid. So it's going to be kind of like our council meeting that we have to have quorum in person, but some people could still be virtual. So that's one thing that got done. And we still looking at the DCEP, which is the District Comprehensive Educational Plan. We're still trying to make some adjustments on the iPlan portal. I haven't really gained access to that yet. I'm trying to gain access to that because I just joined 2 months ago as the designee. I was supposed to go to the Manhattan mayor control hearing tomorrow, but I received the email saying that if I would have attended, they was going to put me on a waiting list because the Manhattan parents and people who work in Manhattan is the priority for that borough. So because of that, and I did attend the Bronx mayor control hearing, I will not be attending that hearing because I'm not going to, waste my time in the cold. And then I don't get to speak. It doesn't make sense because I'm not from that borough. So they want to put me on a waiting list if I arrive there, and I don't want to go through all that. So I will not be attending that. There is a parent summit coming up through that FACE is hosting for all the councils to attend, like the president or co-president, along with the designee. I'm already registered. It's on January 25th at Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn. I'm waiting to see maybe if another member could attend. I sent out the information in the council email and to everyone's email about the information for registration if you would like to attend, because they want like 2 council members from each council. They want the president and another council member. So I'm attending for us. And I just would like someone else to go if they can. If they can't, I'll be there. But that's the ask of FACE. They ask for 2 people per council, all the councils at that.
What day was that?
It's on January 25th. I know I sent the email out, I think yesterday or the day before, to the council and to each of our individual emails as well. So if you want me to resend it, Shanique, I'll resend it again, maybe this evening or tomorrow morning. There's still time for registration. I believe it's January 25th. It's in the evening, like our meetings. I think it's like 5 or 6 o'clock. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's at Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn. It's a parent leader like summit, and it's all the council members, like 2 council members per council. And we have 32 councils, then we have ROs, and we got the other couple of councils. So all of us got to be there, 2 from each council, if possible. All right, so I'll send that information out to the council again, and whoever wants to register or whatever, let me know. And I'll meet whoever that is there. So Shelly is ready to give her report, I believe. Sure, I'm going to have Shelly go on my screen because her computer is giving problems. She's ready to do her superintendent's report. Is that okay?
Okay, and then that's fine. And then we're going to have Rima from DLT come immediately after that. She's on a limited time here, so we are grateful that she was able to attend to give us updates. So Rima, you will have the floor after Shelly. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and Happy New Year, everyone. It's wonderful to be here with you. And I am so glad that we could all ring in this January together. I am here on behalf of the superintendent's team this evening. My co-deputy, Dr. Hoggard, is at another meeting tonight, and unfortunately, Superintendent Louisant is under the weather, so he is out ill today, so he was not able to join us this evening, but he sends his regards to everybody. I wanted to speak to you briefly. I know that you have a lot on your agenda tonight about a few updates. As you all know, the New York City public school system is working with all schools to make sure that in the event of inclement weather, and if there happens to be the need for a school closure, that schools are ready to pivot to remote learning. In early December, schools were asked to take inventory of their devices for their students. iPads or Chromebooks were assigned to all students, and students were provided with their DOE ID and password information to allow them to access the Teach Hub and digital classroom resources in the event that we ever have a pivot to remote day. The Chancellor's Office is going to be issuing new guidance for schools and families regarding notification should any need for a remote day take place. The plan includes early notification so schools and families can plan accordingly if there is ever to be a remote day. And this is, of course, information that we'll share out with you as more information becomes available. So we are now prepared for all weather for school for our students. And we also wanted to share with you that middle of the year academic screener administration is underway for our students. The window started on January 2nd and goes through February 9th. With the makeup deadline of February 16th. We're very excited and eager to analyze the resulting data that this shows to confirm the gains that our students have made in their ELA and math skill development using the various screener tools that are used by students within our schools, such as MapGrowth, Acadian, Sandy, and WebAbles. In addition, the English language, arts, math, and science portions of the New York State Alternate Assessment, also known as NYSA, are scheduled to be administered through dynamic learning maps between March 11th and June 7th. And this is a computer-based assessment that provides valuable insight into skill acquisition for our students participating in alternate assessment across grades 3 through 8 and also in high school. We want to continue to bring you updates on New York City Reads over the course of the school year. As part of New York City Reads, all schools will continue to receive training and resources in supporting our district's selected curriculum, HMH Interreading, which follows the science of reading and is being implemented in many of our classrooms in K-5. The city is continuing to offer a wide range of professional learning for our instructional staff to make sure that students are attaining all that they can from this curriculum implementation. And we are continuing to engage in ongoing work with the curriculum with our phase 1 schools, which includes 22 of our schools, plus some students engaging in home and hospital instruction. And we will have an additional phase of implementation with all of the schools that have not yet begun to implement, who will launch implementation for the students for whom the curriculum will be in use next year. We do continue to have a wide variety of resources for families related to literacy implementation. After this presentation, we'll make sure that that there are some links that are put into the chat. So you as families can continue to have access to a wide variety of literacy-based resources to use with your children at home. And we do very much appreciate that you continue to be such strong partners in this process with us as we build the reading and literacy abilities of our students. We are very excited to announce the Chancellor Student Advisory Council representatives that were elected at their last meeting. We're thrilled to share that 3 students from the Superintendent's Student Advisory Council will be representing the district in the Chancellor's Student Advisory Council. So we have our District Advisory Council, and now 3 of those members will be sitting at the table with the Chancellor. And we'd like to congratulate Nick Sorrentino from 226M. We have Brandon from 53K and Aiden from 993Q. So we'd like to thank Principals Jardee, Principal Latham, and Principal Longshine and their teams for supporting the students' leadership pathways and elevating student voices. We're always so thrilled to hear our student advocates in action. We do have a variety of events that are continuing to happen over the course of the spring. Our Saturday Arts Academy registration is open. We'll continue to push that information out to all of our schools. The spring dates are February 3rd, March 2nd, and April 6th. And it's open to all students in District 75 with an accompanying staff member. There are 9 citywide locations plus a virtual option. So please continue to register to engage in this exciting opportunity. And also from our arts department, we are celebrating our students at events including Art 75, which is a student art exhibition from March 4th until April 1st at Positive Exposure Gallery with a family celebration on May 9th. We have the District 75 Film Awards taking place at MoMA on May 7th. Our Festival of the Arts will be at Stuyvesant High School on May 29th. And Reimagining Visibility, District 75 and Guggenheim outdoor event on June 1st. It's a big street fair, a big party in Upper Manhattan, and we're excited for you to join us. We will also be continuing to share information on other upcoming exciting district events, such as our STEM fair that will be taking place at the Museum of Natural History this year on March 20th. On April 4th, we have our District 75 Poetry event that we hope all our parent leaders will join us to participate in as well. And also our Samuel Stern Awards, a really moving opportunity to recognize students that have shown significant perseverance within their education here within District 75. And finally, the Lego League presentation and fair will be held at the Queens Hall of Science on May 22nd. So lots happening around the district. We'll continue to push out all of these flyers and make sure everybody has access to information on all of these events. And we hope to see all of our families come out. Very quickly in other news, I just want to remind everybody of the importance of student attendance. We recognize and see that attendance tends to decline during the winter months. We do have 38 attendance teachers who support all families and provide resources to help to support student attendance. So please do continue to work with your school to support our attendance efforts. And we do thank you for all that we do, or for all that you do to make sure that our students are coming to school every day. Family engagement, I believe we have Nora on the line. Nora, would you like to jump on and give us some family engagement updates?
Yes. Hi, Shelley. Thank you. So good evening, all of our families. I also want to say a belated Happy New Year. I hope that everyone has had a great start to 2024. So just some family engagement updates. As always, we want to share those NYCSA numbers. NYCSA continues to be, growing, a growing tool for the New York City Public Schools. So as always, we continue to encourage schools and support families with activating their accounts. As of now, we have over 64% of our families with activated accounts. So this is definitely an increase from last year. We encourage our PAs and our PTAs to assist us with encouraging our families to open up, to sign up for NYCSAs. And on that same note, regarding NYCSA, it's been shared that the VIA school bus tracking system has now been expanded citywide to include all students in grade K to 12. All New York City public school students who ride the bus can now be tracked by their families using the New York City Bus app. But parents are required to have a NYXA account to utilize this application. So our families, we need to encourage, open up those NYXAs. Reach out to your schools, to your parent coordinators, your admin team. Those NYXA accounts are critical, and now it's being linked up to this very, very important VIA school bus tracking system. Parents, please note that you could visit our District 75 website to register and attend workshops across all District 75 schools. Something that the district family support team is working on is scheduling workshops, parent workshops, including PTA trainings and Father's Initiative. And earlier this year, we met with the President's Council Executive Board briefly to discuss an upcoming CEP district-wide training, considering that in anticipation of the updated CEP requirements for the 2024-2025, we are scheduling this meeting possibly in March. Ramapo for Children's, as we know, our parent coordinators are tasked with, the responsibility of being sometimes the first call for our families. So we are supporting our parent coordinators with Ramapo for Children. The organization is facilitating a series of trainings for our PCs. And the first training took place on January 3rd, and it was an incredible and informative day for our parent coordinators, supporting their work and everything that they do with our families. And lastly, mediation trainings are going to be scheduled for all of our new parent coordinators. So for right now, that's our family engagement update. I hope everyone has a good night, and that's it. That's it for us. Thank you, Shelley.
Shelley, do you have any remaining items that you would like to bring forth on the meeting?
That's what I had from the superintendent's report in the district. We know that you have a lot of business at your meeting, so we wanted to be back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you as always for including us in your meeting.
You're more than welcome. With that being said, Rima, are you ready to give your report?
Yep, I just walked in to pick up my food, so it might be a little loud, but I think my headphones will cancel it out. You can hear me good?
Yes.
I mean, you might hear the song when I stop, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, cool.
It's okay.
So, all right. So good evening, everyone. My name is Rima Izquierdo. I am the President's Council President and also a member of the district leadership team. Just wanted to come and provide some updates. So our President's Council monthly meeting is tomorrow in person at the district office on the 8th floor from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We'll be discussing interim financial reports. So any budget questions, please bring them. Also school budget. And we also, I believe, have scheduled our election for our Staten Island seat. So I don't know if I saw other Christy, but super please need the few presidents from Staten Island to come out. We don't have Staten Island representation on the DLT or on the President's Council. A designee, secretary, anybody. We just want somebody there to represent Staten Island interest. So maybe we could coordinate offline to see who we can get to fill that. I know that they mentioned there was a conflict with the meeting time, and we're also working towards either some type of evening remote meeting or some type of hybrid. There are some technical issues at the district that we've been working through, but I feel like every month we get a little closer to resolve. So we'll be up and running and fully accessible in no time. DLT is the first Thursday of the month. We were able to finally pass our updated bylaws, which is a really big accomplishment if you were on the team in the last 3 years and know how hard we worked on them. So we'll be able to make that hybrid as well. So stay tuned for the link. We're not losing $97 million from D75 schools. I don't know if anybody said that, but I feel like we could say that 2 and 3 times. We could say that 5 times, right? So we were assured that it won't be from district schools, and we will be holding them to that because I have not seen it in writing yet. We're going to continue to collaborate with the DLT to do more sponsored trainings. So like Shelly, or actually Nora mentioned, we're going to move on to a CEP training because we got such a fantastic turnout for the other trainings, and a lot of people have asked for a lot of support in other areas. So we kind of try to pick the really big ones and focus on those and give that information out to everybody so that we can get our SLTs A, functional, B, compliant, so then they can be C, enhancing their school communities like they're supposed to be. So that's the SLT, DLT update. We're also, we're working on filling the CEC vacancies for the D75 seats. There are currently 15 vacancies. We are working on filling the 15. Every time we get a candidate, we lose a seated person. So we're trying really hard to kind of do things all at the same time, right? So build support for that CEC seat. We did create a WhatsApp chat for them to be in so that if they had any questions, if they needed any information in between meetings, because some of them don't even know about these meetings, you know? So giving them a way to kind of tap into other people and each other so that they can build a community, a network of resources, of people, of support, so that they can be, you know, effective representatives and be able to provide updates and give information and whatnot, you know, fulfill their duty as that member. So we're working on that. The guidance was approved by Faith, but they have not put it on their website. And we were very adamant about, you need to have this on your website before we give the guidance, because it has to be a DOE led thing, right? Like this has to be the official guidance. So we did in the chat provide it to the CEC reps that we do have, just to give them an idea of, this is your role, this is what you're expected to do, this is what a school visit looks like, this is where you find your schools, this is how you look at schools in your district with the 75 schools, because we also have high schools. So we're trying to build that unofficial support while we strongly encourage Faith to build that out officially on their website and in their documentation, so that as people need information, they can just look it up on the website like everything else, and that the guidance matches what we're saying in meetings. And then we're also going to start citywide information sessions. But again, we're waiting for them to accept the guidance in writing. Once they accept the guidance in writing, we're ready to have dates as early as February. We did full transparency. We had January dates, but they were rolling out NYC Reads and didn't have time to do this, just in full transparency. So we have dates in February ready to go. We have a candidate forum scheduled for June 24th at 6 p.m. on Zoom. All are welcome. And we have a cutoff date of January 31st. So whoever wants to apply for any of those 15 vacancies should do so by January 31st. Only the candidates from anyone before the 31st will be considered for these vacancies. So for example, if somebody applied to District 2 and then District 2 gets another applicant February 1st, we're only going to consider that one person. That may mean that that's the person that gets appointed to that council, and that second person is not going to be considered. This has been open since July. So we think we've given it more than enough time, but we had to give it a cutoff so that it's fair. We can't keep running candidate forums and then get a batch more candidates. So, you know, the cutoff was for everyone, but also for Faith, that if we don't get all of these, anyone that applied before the 31st has to be vetted. And then once they're vetted, we'll do all those candidates. Anybody after is gonna be whatever seats are left. So that's the timeline for right now. I don't have the flyer right now, but we do have listed by borough and district all of the vacancies available. And anybody that's applying for a vacancy and we find out that they are not eligible, and by that I could mean that, okay, my school, my main site is in District 11, but my student goes to school in District 9. So FACE would have me as filling a District 9 seat, but District 9 doesn't have a vacancy. What we've been doing is telling those candidates to please consider applying to CCSE or CCD 75, because we still have vacancies and we still need people to fill it, and that they would be able to fulfill the desire to serve on a different platform. So that's kind of the full summary with the D75 CEC seats. Please apply, please let your families know. They're gonna come from your schools. So if you could please, talk to your parent coordinator, make sure that they're giving out the flyer, that you got it in the backpack. If you didn't, say, hey, can you backpack this home? We really need this representation. We fought for these voices. We need to make sure that the seats get filled. And everything that Andrea said about DLT. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rima. We appreciate you and the work that you do and the and these updates that you've given for the council. And we definitely will support you with the flyers, with coming to the meetings and the interviews, and seeing how we can do our part for District 75 to assist you in DLT and President's Council. Do we have any council members that have any questions for the district or for Rima?
I don't have no questions. I don't know about the rest of the council members.
I have a question. When she said something about the remote learning and the Chromebooks, I know they sent the paper home with the passwords and stuff, but it wasn't a mention of the Chromebooks. I guess they just assumed we had devices at home. So when she said switch to remote learning, is she sure that all these kids have devices at home?
Shelley, is someone from the district able to speak about how you're double checking that children have devices at home? And secondary question to piggyback that, for those who do not have devices or did not keep their devices, the iPads from the pandemic, is there a resource or a way for them to have a replacement device, or what would that look like?
Let's go. Well, want it if they get it.
Is Shelley available to use someone's device to answer possibly?
Okay.
Hi, sorry.
You have to.
Hold on, sorry about the technology issues. So yes, what the schools have been doing is they've been looking at their inventory within the school building, and seeing if they are able to repurpose devices or assign devices if they needed to send a device home with the student, in the case of upcoming remote day. So that's something that's being looked at, in recognition that many of our students still do have the device that was assigned to them for remote learning, but there are new students that have entered the school that might not have a device. So they're looking at what they have within their inventory that might be able to be distributed to a student if a need arose for a remote day.
Is home instruction and the hospital schools included with this, just to make sure the parents are supported there too if the children aren't in their main schools of authority for a time period, or is that something that?
Yeah, those are ongoing conversations as well with the principals of home and hospital instruction, because it is recognized that that they are students within our school programs that are also in need of support. So yes, that is something that's being accounted for.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other council members with questions for the district or for Rima?
I have another question. What are we doing about the speech therapies and the occupation therapies and all the services that the kids? It's a problem with the list that they sending home, and we got to do all this research. That's not fair to the parents or the kids who need these services.
Understood, and we're absolutely happy to work with any families that are in need. If there are any families that are working to acquire a provider from the RSA list, please do reach out to your school, because the school personnel is able to assist with making some outreach on your behalf to help you to look for a provider. Of course, it's ongoing conversations between the schools and the district where there are needs for additional providers as well. we're all working together to try to account for any shortages of providers wherever they exist, because of course we do want all of our students to have the services. So we do recognize that making those calls can be a hardship for parents. And so the school is able to lend support. Please do reach out to your school, or if you know any family that is in that situation, the school can assist with doing that outreach, as can our team from the Office of Related and Contractual Services, and making recommendations of who might be able to be the best bets to be calling from those lists.
One last question. I'm looking over in the chat, and members, if I'm missing something, please let me know. Rima she has an update to add on. And then there was a question, how do we know that every school is being surveyed, and are we using assistive technology as a means for saying that they have a device? And what are we doing about the students who have not been to school due to busing?
So those are very good questions. There are inventories that are being kept track of at the school in terms of linking students to devices to make sure that there's an allocation for what students are going to need in the event of remote instructional needs. And in terms of students that have not been in school due to busing, those are conversations for schools to have with the family. If the student, some families have devices that are being utilized in the home that the student is able to use for instructional purposes as well. If that's the case, and that's been communication with the school that there is a home device already, then that is something that is being used in some circumstances. Those are also circumstances in which there can be ongoing communication to figure out what needs to be done if there's a student who has disrupted attendance due to busing factors, and that there needs to be a provision in case of a remote day. That is communication that family should have with the school to find out what the parameters would be to make sure that child has access as they should, along with all of their classmates, if there is a remote day.
Okay, I do see a hand. Councilmember Nunnery, you had a question? You have the floor.
It's not so much of a question. I know my son's schools at even before the holiday, they had the teachers contacting the parents, asking them whether or not the child had a device or not. And like she said, it does have to go. A lot of it is coming from your child's school. The same thing early on with the children's services. If they're receiving services already in their school, their provider should have reached out to you with a permission slip or some type of electronic permission to have the child do services in case they do turn to remote learning.
Mm-hmm.
And
Shelley,
even his teacher, she even checked back today. She's doing this on a weekly basis, checking with the parents to make sure the child has a device. And also the parent coordinator for the P226 schools, they're having a workshop on Zoom on Friday to help the parents learn how to, help their children access or, be able to work the devices.
And if other families have those
piggybacking
needs,
on that.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break it in, but I wanted to ask, are they contacting parents with the Blue Card or the child's email?
It's through, well, ours came through Class Dojo. The teacher did each parent individually, but she did it through Dojo. She's doing it through email. So it depends on your child's teacher and the school.
Okay.
Some of it comes through the parent coordinator as well.
Is that how it's supposed to go, Shelley, where it's just various multiple ways, or does
Well, the schools, their parents have preferred methods of communication that the schools maintain. So schools should be communicating with parents based on all of those various outlets and the way that they're able to best communicate with each family. So a lot of schools do the pushes with Dojo, etc. It's really whatever's working for each communication with each family member.
Thank you, Shelley. Ms. Nunnery, your hand still up. Apologies if I cut you off. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say?
No, I'm getting ready to take it down. It takes me a minute to switch over.
Okay, okay. Do we have any, at this point, do any other council members have questions? If not, we'll go ahead and open up the floor to the public. Miss Wanda?
Yes,
Oh, Shelley,
hi.
did you have one more thing you'd like to say?
No, we're good.
Okay, all right. Miss Wanda, you have the floor.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shelley.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Wanda de Balines. I am the District 75 representative in CEC8, as well as their current treasurer. It's a good thing that our CEC meeting was postponed due to this inclement weather, so I had the chance to come and talk to you guys. So I have one question. In the business meeting was discussed about I failed to have the name of the person that is going to be working with the seats in the D75 seats or something. So I would like an email with her contact information, because that's really important for me. I need to be sharing every and all updates about District 75 with my CEC. Out of in CEC8, we have 7 schools with 17 schools with 17 sites co-located within CEC8. So I need, and I've been trying really hard to get somebody emailing, calling, leaving messages, and nobody has returned the call, no contact, no email, anything. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I will be there at 10:30 or 9:30 because they have the President's Council meeting, and I decided to join in because I have that free time for a little bit. So I'll be there. And then the other thing, changing topics now, somebody mentioned about related services just now. The majority, I don't know, not that many people know that my daughter has been receiving related services since she was in kindergarten, aside from the school, the related services provided in the school. So those parents that have their children receiving services from a care manager for any organization that provides services, respite, community rehabilitation, the care manager is able to find through the database that they have speech therapists, occupational, physical, etc. And they can actually go through that through the organization as long as they are are part of the organizations that provide the services at home outside from the school. The other thing that I wanted to mention alongside the lines about the devices, I am not sure because nobody has mentioned it right now. Well, you guys mentioned it about the RESOA, but there's other options through the borough presidents, and the borough president of the Bronx have a deadline to submit projects, let's say capital for the capital funding, and the deadline to submit projects from the schools is this January the 19th at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. So the schools, the people, the parents, anybody kind of said, listen, we need this. Reach out to your borough president, because I believe ours, I know as a fact that the Bronx ends on January the 19th, but Manhattan, Queens, the deadline is February the 22nd. So reach out to the borough president and whoever heads the division of education within them, because that is something that everybody needs, especially if especially the new parents or the new students that do not have the devices to access remote learning and all that. There's a lot that I needed to be shared, but going back to the first question, I really need somebody who can sit down with me, because I've been trying to contact, I'm not gonna say any name, but I have sent already 3 emails. I cannot hear you, Christy. I have sent at least 3.
I was concerned. I said, "Who? You reached out to our council?"
No, not to your council. I go directly to the office because it's I don't, you guys have a lot and everybody's busy, so I usually do not have
No,
the
please do not think that way. Do not think that way remotely. D75 council at schools.nyc.gov. Do not think that you're out there alone and you're not getting answers and you do not have help. Please email the main
so
council.
three emails, several phone calls since last week, since 2 weeks ago, every single day, calling the office, leaving messages in the office. Please, this is Juan David Martinez. Give me a call because I need to discuss this with you. It's extremely important because I am the kind of person who do not want to throw anybody into the floor and call it to attention. The person knows that I've been trying really hard.
Okay, I don't want you to feel this stressed out, Wanda, because I know you are one of our advocates and you really do an amazing job. We want to support you. Do you want to talk offline so maybe we can set up a meeting and figure out where we can help support you in these areas where you're not getting responses?
Yes.
Yeah,
you have my phone number. You have my email address.
I will text you or call you, and we will figure out how we can close the loop on the items that you need, because we do not want you to feel like no one is answering you, and we can help you push things forward to get a resolution.
I appreciate that so greatly. So I will leave it like that, and you pretty much everybody over here has a way to contact me. Oh, I forgot to say, the city agencies briefing. I don't know if everybody's aware. The city agencies are supposed to do a open themselves to the community for them to approach, ask questions, have suggestions, or anything like that. So our city agencies briefing is gonna be together, Bronx and Manhattan. That's gonna happen on the 24th, if it's not the 26th at 6:30 p.m. I have to email that to you because this one it was changed. It was supposed to be yesterday, but it was postponed for next week. So I need to send that to you. This is something that everybody can benefit from and get the funding for your schools, especially when it comes to those devices. Thank you for the opportunity, for letting me talk. I'm wishing you all a great evening. I'm still around, but I will see the microphone to you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Wanda. We'll go ahead and get back in touch with you. Any of the updates that you have shared with the council, we'll make sure to push that forward out to the community as well. We're going to go ahead and move forward to Stephanie. I see your hand is up for your patients waiting. You have the floor. Stephanie Bonilla, are you able to unmute?
Yes. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You have the floor.
I would like to piggyback off from what Wanda said. I don't get responses either. So I will be emailing you as well, my number. That way we could text. Cause like she mentioned, like there's certain deadlines, like they're due tomorrow, and I would like the schools to get all the funds or anything that they need. But if they're not answering us, how can we advocate for them? So that's one thing. One good thing I could say is I was able to go into the district office and connect to get information about how to help a school for playground for P12 and specifically because they need an upgraded playground. So I was able to connect with the office in order to get that information. So that was good. But I can't afford to go into the district office all the time. So to see how can we get something else in place, that way we could be able to reach out to the district office and get anything that we need.
Again, absolutely. We will offer whatever help we can do for the council. You can always copy us. You can always email us directly. I believe you have my cell phone number. I will email you that as well. And then we also have Shanique Butler. That was the name that Wanda, you asked for. She's the chair that's running point on our side for our D75 reps. We also do have a lot of different meetings, you know, the CCSE subcommittee that we're working with, and we co-presidents for the different CC's citywide councils are working together. But with that being said, please do email me. I'll reach out to you after this meeting as well, so I can see where we can support you. And thank you for bringing that to our attention. Definitely, especially with the SCA stuff. So I'll follow up with you with that, because we did have a little bit of an issue getting submissions as well.
No problem. Thank you for your support.
More than welcome, more than welcome. Thank you to the district, to Shelley, to Nora, to Rima, to, if I'm missing anyone that has done presentations and updates, Wanda. Do we have any further questions? Oh, you know what? Rima's gonna kill me. Rima has had this update for the last 3 minutes. I'm sorry, Rima, you have the floor.
You're fine. You're fine. Now it's 2 updates. Now it's 2. So one was just that the Reimagining Special Education Advisory Council is gonna have an update meeting on January 18th. And I think I'm the only one here that's on it, so I'll make sure that I provide an update so that everybody knows what's going on. I don't know what the update's about, but they just asked us to be on a meeting for the update. I know that there are district staff members that are on that team, and they said that the report for that advisory board, it will be available, if it's not already available, on the website, as well as some of the documents. So I know that some of our stuff is there, like some of the presentations. Oh, you can't drink and talk. Can't drink and talk. All right. So, and the member list. So we have the members, we have minutes, I think, or the presentation and that report. So it's just like an overall report, what we talked about, what were the outcomes after. And I think there are 4 or 5 changes that we're looking to make that already started as of like April. And then the other fun update is that we made a deal with the Barclay Center, and there's a special, they have the Globetrotters coming in February, and they're gonna give District 75 special pricing for tickets. So we're gonna get individual tickets at a group rate. So we do have a flyer that we'll be approving today and then hopefully be sending out tomorrow. And then all of our families citywide can enjoy the Globetrotter show at a discounted rate, special for District 75. I want to say, I don't remember the day. It's either like February 16th or 18th. It's the Sunday of the winter break. So like that Sunday of that midwinter recess around President's Day is that day.
The 18th. That's my
Thank
daughter's
you.
birthday.
Yes, so the 18th. So we'll be sending out that flyer with the district tomorrow after we present it in our meeting. We'll approve it and then we'll be sending it out. But so the tickets are usually like $40. We're gonna get them for $28, and they're also willing to help us accommodate any families that need special seating, which is sit next to the stairs or whatever have you. So I just wanted to share that fun update because I'm not gonna see you guys again till after that.
Okay, thank you, Rima. Thank you. We appreciate it, and we'll look forward to the flyer so we can help you get that distributed to our families. Guys, we are at the end of our meeting. The last thing that we want to do, as we do not have reports of committees, as we have not started yet, but the resolution for homelessness that we went over in our last meeting, it might have been December, January, I can't recall the exact thing. But I would like if we can go ahead and put a motion on the floor to vote in December. Can we pull that resolution up really quickly? That'll be the last thing that we have to do tonight. Basically, the resolution that we presented before and that we emailed to the council members is for our council to stand behind other councils and support our students and families so that they are not displaced in 60 days. Currently, they're asking the families to sign up and redo things in every 60 days, meaning they have to leave one location to go to another location, or it displaces our families. That's in brief, and we would like to be a part of asking that rule of 60-day reapplication to be removed. So this is the 60-day limitation on shelter stays that we reviewed Before I move on, please forgive me for not checking in with the interpretation lines. Mandarin and Spanish, do we have any parents that have any questions?
Not anybody in Mandarin line.
Okay.
There are no questions in the Spanish line.
Okay, thank you. So as we move forward on our final thing on the agenda, we won't read through the entire resolution again, but basically it says that the whereas the subtitle 7B of the McKinney-Vento Homeless Act, it authorizes the Education for Homeless Children and Youth Program and is a piece of federal legislation related to the education of children and youth experiencing homelessness. Right now, if we go down to whereas New York State Education Department interprets this federal law by meaning that children will receive a free education, be enrolled in schools that require enrollment, having missed applications, appropriate public education, enroll in schools to attend classes, thank you, while the school gathers needed documents, continue attending the origin of school or to enroll in the local attendance area school if attending the school of origin is not the best interest for the student, to act as liaisons on behalf of unaccompanied youth, because we do have a lot of children that may not necessarily have guardians or family and they are unhoused. So in essence, can you scroll down a little bit for me? I'm sorry. If I'm moving too fast, please let me know. So whereas at the bottom here, if you follow along with me, the second whereas, a joint statement was issued by the Legal Aid Society and the Coalition for the Homeless, specifically condemning this 60-day rule. This plan will disrupt the lives of homeless students and create chaos for their schools as parents are forced to choose between re-enrolling or spending the day traveling across the city to their current school. That's a terrible outcome for both families and educators. During 2021 school year, 72% of students residing in temporary houses were chronically absent, which is defined under Chancellor's Regulation A2103D as an attendance rate of less than 90%. So basically, that's in brief. You do have the council members, I believe you have the resolutions at hand in front of you and emailed with you. So I would definitely like to have a quick discussion and vote so that we can support our unhoused families in our community. Does anyone have any questions regarding the resolution?
No.
If council members have no resolution and you are clear about what this resolution is about, we would like to move forward with a motion to vote in this resolution. Do we have a motion on the floor that CCD 75 sign on with our resolution? We have, it has been moved by Council Member Herman. Do we have a second?
A second.
It's been properly moved and second that we approve resolution number 6 for the 60-day limitation on shelter stays for families of public school students. We have gone through debate. We can move to a vote.
Okay, so excuse me, the motion is to approve resolution number 6, opposing the 60-day limitation on shelter stays for families of public school students. Christy Angel.
Yes.
Oh,
Rita Aria. Oh, I remember she left, sorry. Okay, Andrea Daniels.
Yes.
Christy Montalvan.
Yes.
Shanique Johnson.
Yes.
John Herman.
Yes, thank you.
And Vanessa Borrero.
Yes.
All right, so we have 6 votes for yes, motion passed.
Awesome sauce. I want to thank Public Advocate John Herman, welcome. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Councilmember Nunnery and Barrera. Do you guys want to say anything as we exit the meeting? Just want to give you a voice and, you know, say congratulations, welcome you onto the council, and thank you for the work that you have been doing so far. Do either one of you want to take the floor, say hi or anything?
No.
If not, Ms. Nunnery, yes.
No. I'm losing my
Alrighty.
voice again.
All righty. Well, welcome again to all of you guys. Thank you for the work that we've done tonight. I do want to go ahead and say in brief, let's make sure we get our reimbursements in. We don't have a budget that is extremely accurate. We are still getting our supplies in. We have about $16,000 that we still do need to use for reimbursements. If anyone needs assistance with getting in their reimbursements and forms, please let myself or Co-President Daniels or our AA Haleen know. With that being said, thank you everyone for your time and for being here and supporting our meeting. Our next meeting will be February 7th at 6:30 p.m. I believe that should be at Tweed. Don't get me wrong. We will be able to have reservations on ccd75.org. If anyone has missed this meeting or a portion of it, this will be uploaded on our website and onto YouTube at CCD75 Outreach. If we have no more questions from the council or from the public, if we could have a motion to adjourn.
Get out of here.
A motion to adjourn the meeting.
Do we have a second?
A second.
All righty, so we have been motioned properly and seconded. We are releasing our interpreters at 8:22 p.m. and we are adjourning the meeting at 8:22 p.m. also. Thank you all so much for your attendance. Those of you that are here publicly, please make sure that you get home safely. Everyone else, please stay safe and we'll see you soon.